Bobcat Nation. It's time once again for the Bobcat Coaches Corner. We're going to talk some soccer with Hope Clark. Welcome back, Hope.
Thanks for having me on.
We've had a nice stretch since we talked to you last, or at least a nice game last night out at Bobcat Field for Senior Day. A 6-0 win over USC Aiken, a conference victory in convincing fashion. How was everybody's spirits after that big victory yesterday?
Sure. I think we had a nice couple days of practice going into that game and just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. The girls have, they're struggling a bit mentally being in so many games this year, but not quite getting the victory. So, we tried to have a little bit of fun, and I think it really paid off going into that game last night. And, the morale was great after the game. I think most importantly, the girls really sent the seniors off in their last home game on the right foot. So, morale's pretty good, and we'll see how they come out today at practice.
Now, we've got, a stretch there with, we have 12 losses on the year, but 10 of them by 1 goal
Absolutely.
Each. And we've talked about this multiple times about, the ability to finish and, when you get those opportunities to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Got those opportunities yesterday, not an abnormal amount of opportunities. I think we had somewhere in the low 30s maybe for shots, which, is pretty good for us, but not, out of, craziness or anything like that. But we were able to finish.
Right.
We were able to get those finishes. What was the difference yesterday? Is it just soccer being soccer? I mean, what do you think, Coach?
I think a little bit is just level of competition. I mean, all those games we've been in are top 25 teams. So, some of the best defenses in the country that we're playing against. So, fewer opportunities, great goalkeeping, good defenders. And, yesterday was just a little bit different competition for us. And, the girls just kind of really exploded. We talked about really going out there and scoring early, most importantly, and putting somebody else on their heels versus ourselves. And, we really stressed that and just playing like a champion yesterday. And that was kind of our motto going into that game. And I think the girls displayed that.
Cool. Well, we had 3 goals in each half, and it looked like we took some pretty good advantage of from the right corner there in the first half.
Yeah.
Our first 2 goals came from that spot. First one was Jamie Colcord with a nice cross, and Brittany Bohr had a redirection of that. Is that something that we work on regularly in practice? Is the redirection of the cross from the corner?
No, that was a little bit more of a fluke. It actually nutmegged the goalkeeper as well. So it was a little bit, we can't rehearse those, definitely. But, I mean, we work a lot on crossing and finishing and slotting the ball back. And we just saw a lot of things that we've been working on and kind of come to fruition yesterday. So it was good to see that.
So you got 2 goals from Ashley Valou. Again, she seems to be one of the spark plugs on that offensive end. Yeah. A couple of assists, or 1 assist from Abby Dalton, as well as a goal yesterday. You get those freshmen involved, but also the seniors come into play with the goal scoring yesterday. Senior Erica Padula got 1, and then in the second half, 1 for Karen Bonilla. Talk to me about the seniors, just in general, the effort that they've given for you this year.
Oh, they're fantastic. I tell you what, they're great players, first and foremost, but they're unbelievable young women, and certainly they bring a lot to the team, and they've brought some great leadership. We didn't choose captains this year, but I think, our seniors as well as juniors, sophomores, everyone's really stepped up, and I thought, it was great to see them get some goals on that day, and certainly on their, send-off, certainly at home. And Karen Bonilla, that's a season high for her. I think in all 4 years, she has 2 goals on the year, so that's fantastic for her. And she had an early look in the game, too, where I would have liked her to take the goalkeeper 1v1, and she was like, I don't know what I was thinking, So, it was good. We got some good looks, and Erica Padula producing well, and also Jamie Colcord yesterday with 2 assists as an outside back is fantastic for us.
Well, we do clinch a Peach Belt playoff spot, which was up in the air there for a little bit, it appeared, but nice solid finish here for the last week. And we still have a little bit left to be determined.
Sure.
We've got a little bit of momentum coming off of this, and knowing that we can play with just about anybody in the conference. Where do you think the morale is at now with that big victory yesterday?
It certainly helped. I think it helped all of us. The girls really needed that, and we've been talking about building up some momentum, really trying to take these final 2 games in the regular season, build up some momentum going into conference tournament, and I think, everybody's going to be 0-0 going in that conference tournament, so it's a whole new season, and, we get a rematch with everybody. I think the girls are pretty excited about that.
While we've clinched the spot, still a lot left to be determined by the last weekend of the year. We head down to Flagler, and that's an important game. If you get a victory there, you can get as high as 5th in the conference, and that makes a big difference as far as who you play in that first round. Going to Flagler, I know it's a long trip. It's an overnight trip, and sometimes that can give you rusty legs and things like that. What do you expect out of that game? Down in St. Augustine, what type of team is Flagler? And give me a little bit of a capsule of the game.
Well, I think Flagler, it's going to be a tough game. It always is. They're extremely hardworking. They're fighting for a spot right now. I think the game has changed a little bit dynamics versus, it was a must-win for us to now it's all for seeding for both of us. So I expect a really good game. It's their conference, their senior day as well. But we've actually been quite good off the bus this year. Much better than we were last year. So I don't really think it's going to be a factor. We'll have some time getting to the hotel before the match, maybe stretch our legs out a little bit. But it should be fun. I'm not really concerned about it. We're just hopefully not dealing with too much traffic going down.
Sure. Well, and a similar length trip earlier this year, you went to UNC Pembroke and picked up a 1-0 very important victory now up there in North Carolina. So, like you said, coming off a bus, you guys still play some pretty good soccer apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, well, folks, let's look forward to that. We've got a big game this weekend at Flagler. We're going to be bringing my graduate assistants down there to do a broadcast. And so if you can't make the trip to St. Augustine, let's get you on Ustream, www.ustream.tv/GC Bobcats for the broadcast there. And then stay tuned to gcbobcats.com as the season closes here and we get things shuffled up for the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. So stay tuned to all that information. We'll get it all ironed out for you as far as when that conference tournament will start. We're going to get that November 1st, I think, is the first round game. Of course, Hope only works one game at a time, so she's got no idea. But next week, look for that and see where we're going to be playing that first round contest. For Hope Clark, Al Weston here for the Bobcat Coach's Corner.